She's lost and confused again.
Take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
What the fuck?
During a live hurricane briefing with FEMA, Kamala Harris forgets that it's live.
It's really hard.
All the while getting fed questions by her handler.
Are you retarded?
I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this.
It's not a rhetorical question. Are you retarded?
The memes just write themselves. And it's what's next. Hey, happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today, of course. It's always a good thing going into the weekend. This has been one hellish of a week, especially if you lived in the east and southeast of the country. 2 hurricanes within 10 days of each other went toe-to-toe. First, you had Hurricane Helene, who just ravaged North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, parts of Florida. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, you had Hurricane Milton come in and said, hold my beer, as Milton came in and trashed Florida. But with all this going on, you had one constant, you had one consistent force for good. And that was the macho man himself, Governor Ron DeSantis, out of the great state of Florida. He was running point during Helene for 4 states, including his own. Then, when Hurricane Milton came along, the man shined. The man was just absolutely masterful in crisis. But you got jealousy, especially from the dementia White House, or more specifically, cackling Kamala. Yes, Willie Brown's side piece. She was jealous. Said that Ron was doing selfish things in Florida, to politicize the situation. Well, Ron put her in her place, like a man should. Anyway, and basically told her to sit down and shut the f up. During a briefing with FEMA directors, Kamala Harris was on board, but of course, she's worthless, so why have her there anyway? But during the live briefing, she was fed questions from her handler and tried to, tell her to stop, but the damage had already been done. Once again, it is cackling Kamala after all. And here we go. This comes out of the Gateway Pundit. Busted. Kamala Harris forgets to mute her mic as a handler reportedly feeds her questions during hurricane briefing. She quotes, "It's a live broadcast. Shh, they're not supposed to know." Kamala Harris is so lost and confused that she needs the help completing a simple briefing with her assistance of her handlers. Even worse, she cannot keep it a secret anymore. As NBC News reported, Harris and her boss, Joe Dementia, took part in a briefing on Wednesday regarding preparations for Hurricane Milton as it bear down on Florida and updates on recovery efforts from the deleterious impacts of Hurricane Helene. As TPG report readers know, Milton is expected to bring widespread destruction to the western side of Florida, particularly at Tampa Bay and Sarasota. Those who do not flee areas are essentially signing their own death warrants. But when Ken Graham, the director of National Weather Service, began speaking about the horrific damage Milton would leave, Harris got distracted. She heard an aide feeding her questions and was seen dressing down the person. Worse, Harris forgot to mute her mic, allowing America to hear what she was saying, which of course is nonsensical bullshit because that's what Kamala does. "It's a live broadcast," she snapped. The Trump campaign managed to capture the exact moment her little episode occurred, so watching Glee. Or Joy.
Flood, we really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there's a lot of media following this briefing.
Absolutely fucking pathetic, and I love it. One should not be shocked by the display of glaring incompetence considering Harris was destroyed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis after he rightfully refused to take her call and says she knows nothing about nothing, so again told her to sit down and shut the fuck up. Imagine if this happened in a press conference with foreign leaders. Do you think adversaries nations like Russia and China would not seek to use this against the United States? This is just the latest example, demonstrating that America and the world will not be safe under a Kamala Harris regime. Voters need to act accordingly. Once again, it shows Kamala being the boob, being the fool, the clown the nincompoop, if you will. We've seen time and time again her fall on her face, step on rakes, make an ass out of herself. But again, I said this in prior videos that the stench of desperation is so thick right now, you literally need a shovel to move it out of the way. She's desperate right now. The fact of the matter is she is going to lose this election. And rightfully so. It's bad enough for the last 4 years we had a dementia patient running the country. Well, not really running the country, just there. But now you have someone who wasn't even voted by her own delegates. She wasn't even voted in. She was thrown in, because of a coup and whatnot. But anyway, the latest example of her being an ass. But this is who Kamala is. And if you knuckleheads who are going to vote for her, you simps, you clowns, you buffoons, you soy boys and soy girls, Gen Zers are going to vote for her because she's black and she's a woman. Really? At this point, we're 28 days away. Really? Wow. Anyway, I'm sure more is to come. But with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you on the next one because I'm sure there will be. Peace.